Hello there. I'm History of the Flash, but you can call me JD.
Ahoy and Comic Hunter, also known as just Hunter.
I was once Harper. Now I simply just am.
And this is a hero story, episode 139.
Really
if you're just
threw you,
joining
man.
us,
That threw you so hard.
if you're just joining us here on a hero story, we talk all things comics. That includes comic book movies, comic book animation, comic book video games, comic books themselves. You name it, we probably talk about it. And this week we have quite a decent amount of news. We will be reviewing Falcon and the Winter Soldier in the middle of the episode. And then we will be talking about the one solo comic that we read this week, Robin, #1 by our good buddy, friend of the podcast, Joshua Williamson.
He's never showing up again, is he?
Probably not. He doesn't like you.
I want him to come in when the event, like the big summer event.
I'm not here next week. Get him next week or the week after.
We can start a Josh war just on the podcast between the three of us.
We are going to box in 2021. We're boxing. No, not 2021. What year are we in?
2024. The presidential match in 2024 will not be the biggest match in America. It'll be me versus Harper.
22.
JD and I, when we meet, we're going to box, and JD is going to kill me. It's not even going to be a fair fight. I talk a lot of shit. JD will destroy me.
Actually, any artists listening, if you could send like little boxing posters of History of the Flash versus Comic Rebirth. We've gotten, I think, 2 so far, and they've been incredible. I love the Iron Man versus Flash one. That
was incredible. Who did that?
Oh, I gotta find that one. I don't even remember who made it, and I feel so bad because it's so awesome.
It is really so awesome. I saw it now.
Those characters like represent you guys.
Yeah, he even did. It was the Silver Centurion Iron Man.
Unfortunately, I get too many DMs to know who it was, but
look at that. That's amazing.
Oh, his name's right there.
Dom Gomez. Thank you, Dom Gomez. This is amazing.
That's incredible.
So if you guys can make like boxing posters, maybe we'll even post them on the At a Hero Story account and just like a collection of them next week if we get a few. That'd be awesome.
My favorite thing was JD was going to go to the gym and take a photo of himself with boxing gloves, but he forgot them. So he just took like a PNG of 2 boxing gloves and put them over his fists.
It's because Ryan said to, and I was like, that's a good idea.
It was so funny. It looked so good.
I'll save that to my phone.
Look at him.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. Anyways, this is a hero story where we talk about comic books and our hosts boxing each other. Usually for when like a movie or a show comes out on a comic book, we usually review it that like the following day after it's released. We didn't for Falcon the Winter Soldier. All the hosts seem to be a bit busy, so we're like, let's just do it next week. Not many people are talking about it anymore, but we'll still give our thoughts near the end of the episode. But
I think that's the nature. I love the MCU, but for smaller projects, like not big crossovers, like Endgame and Infinity War are always going to get talked about.
We still talk about it on the show.
Yeah, but like something like that, like it was monumental. But I think people, once it's done, they kind of carry on.
They're like, oh, look,
and that's not. I don't think that's a. Yeah, well, I think that's part of it too, is because there's so much stuff coming as well. People have immediately like, instead of being like, "Wow, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, man, that was crazy," they're like, "Yo, Loki in a month," and that's like, that's just sort of what it is.
Exactly. Yeah. For upcoming future things such as Loki and Black Widow, we hope to review within the weekend that the final episode or the movie releases, but. For Falcon the Winter Soldier, we're just very, very late. But we'll still give our thoughts for those interested. But until then, we're just going to do like a regular hero story episode, minus our comic boy, because he was busy.
Rest in peace, comic boy.
Yeah, come on.
And he's not actually dead, for those who like don't actually know.
Yeah, he is very much alive.
He could be. How can you prove he's not?
I mean, I talked to him like
an hour right
before.
Okay, call him right now.
Yeah, actually do it.
That's a great idea. Call him right now. Who knows what he'll say?
Just when he answers, be like, "Hey, you alive?"
Yeah.
Do your Tyler impression again.
Me?
Yeah, I like your impression.
I can only do a Tyler impression when he's outraged about something.
Oh, because
you motherfucker, bro! No, like that one. This guy, man. What is this guy doing? Like that. That's the only way I can.
He does that a lot. Yeah.
I can't do like regular pitch, Tyler. Did he not pick up?
He's not answering.
Boo!
Oh, we just saw what's behind JD's cam.
It was a.
Whoa, it's rude. Oh, there's me.
My God, I'm so sorry, audio listeners. Just
you're missing out on JD showing his wardrobe.
Didn't join. All right,
we'll call back. If he calls back, just interrupt us, and
we have to call Caleb instead.
Why would we have to call Caleb when he's already on the show?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Comic Savior here.
Actually, that would be really funny if we called him and be like, "Hey,
yo, what's good? It's me. I'm literally Caleb."
You know what? We haven't even started this episode yet. This is just ranting, but let's just call Caleb real quick just to give us
I'm doing low effort voices this week. I'm not even like being loud. I'm just like, hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Caleb here.
I'm going to call him right now and be like, hey, man, just what's your thoughts on Young Justice? Just to see if he answers.
Awesome.
I'm calling him now.
If he doesn't join,
whoa, your setup, dude!
Whoa, look at this! Look at the.
Hey, Hunter, did you get the Brio? Is that the webcam I told you to buy?
Oh, I got a Logitech one.
Yeah. Well, it's the Logitech Brio, so it's probably very similar.
It might be very similar.
Oh, cool.
You guys have webcams?
Yeah. What do you have? Do you just use the camera on the laptop?
I do.
I'm in crystal clear. I can be in crystal clear 1080p 60 frames per second.
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Anyways, I guess we'll just start the episode here.
Yeah, he's just using his webcam.
Look,
anyway,
okay.
This is very much just Timmy's talk.
Okay,
let's do this.
Okay,
let's do this.
Starting with the news of the week. After Falcon and the Winter Soldier ended the same day that it ended, just like a couple hours after the last episode, Captain America 4 was announced. Yeah. No information on it, just that it's happening. The show writer of Falcon and the Winter Soldier will be returning to help write Captain America 4, as well as other writers, but we don't know who yet. And the only confirmed person to be in this is Anthony Mackie as Captain America.
And Sebastian Stan.
Probably Sebastian Stan. Yeah. I mean,
I love that Anthony Mackie like heard about this movie being made. Like, where would he say he was? Like
grocery
a milk
store.
bar or a grocery store? Yeah, or somewhere. I said milk bar. That's like very Australian. I feel.
Yeah.
I was about to say, what the hell's a milk bar?
They're like little shops on the corner where you just get stuff.
He said, "I'm in the car.
Give me a couple."
Oh, comic boy, Tyler.
You know, I like that. I like that Tyler. That's how real Tyler is. I'm gonna compliment him. He doesn't even need to know the context of why I'm video calling him. He just said, "Give me a couple."
I'll be there. Well, it's you, JD. Like, I feel like you're this untouchable good that everyone just kind of radiates around and respects.
I mean,
this was not a joke. I was serious.
I do appreciate that vote of confidence. I think you're overselling me a little bit.
No,
I don't think anyone dislikes either of you two. I think the reason this podcast was so successful is because both of you are literally like the nicest people around. No one has a problem with you. Who has a problem with
me?
Who has a yeah?
I did get a DM today of a guy questioning why I had my pronouns in my bio.
Oh my God, one of those guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, Captain America 4. Do you guys think Chris Evans will be in here?
No.
Nah, he's definitely dead. Like, after that show didn't have him
You think
cameo.
he's dead?
I think, Chris Evans, the actor, is dead.
No, Steve Rogers.
Jesus
Steve
Christ.
They never said he's dead, though. That's the thing.
They said he's gone, and they said the fact that he didn't show up at the end of this just made me go, oh, when they're saying he's gone, he really was gone. Like, what if twist is that he's
okay, the fact that he didn't show up in Falcon and the Winter Soldier makes me think that they were saving him for this movie. And I don't expect him to be like starring Chris Evans. No, cameo. That's all I expect is a cameo.
Why would they say he's gone just to then have Sam become Captain America?
Yeah, wouldn't that undermine Sam's story?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, it's like, oh, here's Steve again.
Well, I don't think it's gonna be young Steve. I think it's gonna be old Steve. And I think it's just going to be
like undermine the story though. Like,
I think maybe he'll just have him react to something like watching.
You've already written him off into the sunset. The final dance. Like at that point, he's done.
Yeah. That's another reason.
Like adding him in again, I feel like that kind of would hurt the moment that he finishes because the way his ending, and I know some people hate his ending. It's fine. I like the dance. The dance is nice. That's a good ending. I like to think like that's where Steve's story ends. You know, whatever happened.
I watched Endgame like a week ago, and that like made me cry genuinely.
That was that made me cry when I first saw it in theaters. Iron Man's death didn't make me cry, but him dancing did.
Oh yeah, no, Iron Man's death definitely. Well, actually, Iron Man's death didn't make me cry. It was the funeral afterwards with the wreath in the water.
I was starting to tear up for that, but as soon as you hear the music and it cuts to them dancing, I was like, yeah, that got me good.
Yeah, like I'm past the point now of being like, oh, he left Bucky and whatever behind. Like, I don't know, just him going, oh, I thought I'd try and get that kind of piece of life that Tony would be telling me to get this whole time. Like, to me, that is
Hi, Sam.
fitting. And you can't do that. Hi, Sam. Yeah, you can't do that forever.
Yeah,
not to make things about the Flash that are not about the Flash, but
I don't think I will.
I've always thought that if you were ever to do Barry Allen's arc, like having him like right before his death of crisis to go spend his time in the future with Iris, like that could be done so well in film. Like how they did with Steve's story.
That's the thing. I expect we will see Steve one more time in the MCU. This could be 10 years from now. And I expect to be just like how we saw Barry Allen in Jeff Johns' Flash run, I think, when he time travels
time at the end of
Blitz, and he's like, yeah, I know I'm gonna die, and just saying I'm proud of you to Wally, and then he goes back.
Okay, I would be okay with that.
I could see Steve maybe appearing sometime in the future for one thing, and then he goes right back to Peggy.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Tony in Black Widow.
Well, that was confirmed, but it's just gonna be like him on the news or something like that. Like,
no, it's a deleted or a scene that hasn't been seen before that was shot during Civil War. Apparently,
yeah,
it's like him and Black Widow talking, which is fine because like that again, that's a flashback. I don't. People have real problems with even if you bring them back in a flashback. I'm like, I don't think that matters.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
I still feel like they're gonna do for Ironheart. They're gonna do the
Iron Man.
AI Iron Man. Nice.
I would kill for Iron Man.
You can
Tyler came up with that. That's awesome.
You can just have the voice, like Paul Bettany in Iron Man 1.
Yeah, except
like
it's RDJ. That'd be
Tony
crazy.
Stark walking around.
Yeah, but how good would that be just to have that voice be in her like suit? Like, and again, you're not undermining Tony because Tony's still dead. It's just
the voice is Paul Bettany.
And then it's easy work for Robert Downey Jr. too. Like that's
goes
to the money he made for that
in his house. Yeah.
Honestly, too, I think Robert Downey Jr. really misses being Iron Man.
Oh, he does.
Have you seen his social media? It's always Iron Man pictures and
he loves it too.
Filming Infinity War.
Yeah, I appreciate that too because he definitely could be a guy that is just like, yeah, I got paid the big bucks and now I'm like fucking past it. But you can tell that he really loved it too. Apparently he didn't even want initially Tony to die, but then when he saw where they were going, he was like, okay, I see the arc. This makes sense to me. But like,
Iron Man, you need that. I feel like for Ironheart's
story. Well, I feel like you need it
change
for Riri.
Yeah, he is a huge part of Riri's origin story.
He's literally like a main character in that entire series for her.
And he's dead during that time too. So
he is dead. Yeah,
it's just like when Sam Wilson became Captain America in the comics. Steve was old. That's why he wasn't Captain America. He said, "Hi, Sam," and gave him a shield. So, yeah. Yes, that's our thoughts on Captain America 4. Anything else you guys want to add? Or?
It's gonna be cool. I'm excited for Anthony Mackie to just keep kicking ass.
Me too. I hope he's gonna be around for like the next multiple.
Well, there was this rumor, and I don't know whether it was true or not. Like, it could be an absolute horseshit fabrication, but people were saying that Marvel internally wants Don Cheadle and Anthony Mackie to have the Robert Downey Jr.
Chris Evans
chemistry going forward. Yeah. Mm-hmm. To me, the idea of Rhodey and Sam being like the leaders of the MCU going forward, like, I mean, not leaders in terms of, they are in everything, but like when you think about the big two that are there, or like big three, maybe it'll be him, Captain Marvel, and maybe even Jane. Like, but the idea mainly of just Sam and Rhodey like together, that's just so cool to me.
I like
them being like best friends.
Oh yeah, so that I think that rumor came because they're saying for like rumored cast for Captain America
Shut up,
4, Rhodey would be there. So
yeah. Well, they were saying that Anthony Mackie was going to have like a special appearance in Armor Wars, possibly.
That'd be sick as Captain America.
Wouldn't it?
That'd be so hype.
But you can already like see the imagery, like the shot of Rhodey flying next to Sam. Like,
oh wow, I didn't even think of that.
Oh, it'd be so fucking cool.
Damn, that would be really cool. Damn, I didn't even think of that.
Like, you can even like foresee like Avengers 5 happening, whatever the fuck it is, and then you've got Sam and Rhodey standing there. And like Rhodey's like, you trust me, and Sam's like, I do, and they like repeat that end game. Like you'd like, who wouldn't be fucking? I could
totally see that. Yeah.
I would be over the moon because both of those characters are just so good. And like now that we've seen what Disney Plus can do for characters, like Sam was a really good character, and then this series just elevated it to a whole other level. He needed that to appeared more than Sam in the MCU, just in terms of not being snapped away and. You know, Captain America 3 was Civil War, so Sam didn't get as much spotlight as he did in the Winter Soldier. But like, Rhodey still, even though he's had more time, could still use that treatment. And the idea that he's going to get that same treatment
in Armor Wars, and he's going to be in Ironheart too. I'm pretty sure
he's going to have to be. Like, I doubt they wouldn't cross that over.
So those are two shows like back to back that he's going to be in, which is helpful. And then they are doing Avengers 5. And for that, you're going to have
they wouldn't.
Comic Boy
Tyler's here.
Michael Jackson and Super Mario Brothers.
Comic Boy Tyler. I just need you to confirm that you are alive.
What is going on?
Harper said that you might be dead. I just want to confirm that you're alive. So I said I'm going to call him.
I mean, I don't think I could be dead, actually.
That's exactly what I said. I said he could be dead
in the afterlife. Wow, that's kind of crazy.
Tell him that I said that he could be dead.
Maybe you made this up. It took time.
I took a pre-recorded video of Tyler right before he died.
Exactly.
Oh, my cat jumped on my fucking back again.
If you have one last word for Harper, could you just let it out for us?
Get off me, you mother! What are you doing? Don't stand on the thing. Don't leave. Oh my god!
His cat jumped on him.
He genuinely clicked on the fucking the pad, the laptop pad.
Well, and I have your life.
Oh my god! Oh my
that just interrupted Tyler's whole thing.
I'm so sorry, but it literally came up with leave meeting, and I was like, no. Oh my god! Anyway, for audio listeners, my cat just jumped on my shoulders.
Oh god!
Yeah, that was a really hectic very sudden.
That freaked me out. Like, leave me alone. Anyway,
I jumped from
Captain America 4.
Thank you, Tyler. Sorry, we kind of didn't really hear you.
Well, he was watching something. He clearly was not expecting it to be podcast related.
Yeah,
he was just watching something. He's like, "Yo, JD, what the fuck's up, bro?"
I said, if you have one word for Harper, what would it be from the afterlife? And he said, Harper, you're everyone's favorite C-letter word.
Yep, okay. All right. I'm not gonna say that.
Anyways,
I would say it, but my parents are gonna watch the podcast on the TV, and well,
you said far worse things than that.
Oh, fucking slander from this one.
Remember what you said about Tom after the podcast last week? You're like, God, I wish I had any other dad except for Tom.
Tom, if you're watching on the TV right now, this is not true.
It's not true, but that's hilarious.
Why am I not surprised that I feel like JD
Tom, Harper wishes that you were his dad.
I do.
That's well.
No, I'm kidding.
Dad,
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Okay,
I guess honestly,
your dad skips to the end of the podcast, Hunter. We're good.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, when we talk about Captain America 4 here, we may as well talk about fucking the Winter Soldier since we kind of have. Do you guys want to just?
Just dovetail into it? What other news is there though?
There's quite a decent amount.
It's almost like Hunter sends us the news.
We'll get into it. Purple Hawkeye.
I saw that suit.
We got Hawkeye's suit.
They're just going for it, man.
These Disney Plus shows are just like, here's your comic accurate suit.
Yeah, right. It's so cool.
This is like, okay, Clint Barton has had terrible MCU suits. I like the Civil War.
Some good ones. I like the Age of
Ultron
Ultron one. I like the Age of Ultron one.
It's okay.
With the coat? I like the coat.
I think it's okay. I think Civil War is good, and I think Endgames is decent.
Yeah, the Ronin one is
but
cool.
This is way better. So
yeah,
there was a set picture that came up for Hawkeye, although it's a set picture that someone on set must have took because it's Jeremy Renner and the actress who I forget her name is playing Echo. They're just like side by side smiling for the camera, and they're both in their like comic suits. So we got our first look at this. JD, did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't you post on your story?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That'll do it.
Purple Hawkeye. Finally, they're giving Clint Barton something that isn't black and leather, more black and gray.
Yeah, yeah, it's very muted.
I feel like they were like it was very Fox X-Men style. Like they're kind of afraid to go color for him. So I have I
do get it to an extent because the Hawkeye costume is one that I do think you have difficulty translating.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever see the mask.
I don't think no way.
Maybe
like even when you see
maybe it's like a joke scene, like how they did like the
Luke
cap
Cage?
suit and or Luke Cage.
I look like a damn fool.
Could you picture Clint putting on the mask and then Kate being like that looks fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's basically awesome. What I guarantee something like that will happen, JD.
Or her being like, that looks awesome, and him being like, I hate this so much.
Yeah, one of
but like even the Avengers game, like they've done, the realistic takes on his suit. And even in that game, I'm like, no.
The mask doesn't. Yeah, that's not
still looks nice.
I remember
a bit like,
Avengers came out, like the first movie. I knew Hawkeye as the guy who wore the purple outfit. So when I kept expecting him, even though I was younger, I kept expecting him to put on the purple outfit during that. And I was disappointed that he didn't. I'm like, man, he just looks like Jeremy Renner. He doesn't look like Hawkeye.
Looks like a dude. Well, he certainly does look like Jeremy Renner. Like, I think you're right.
Well, that's the thing. When I see, I'm like, that's Iron Man. That's Captain America.
That's Jeremy Renner.
That's Thor.
I actually think that's a fair assessment.
Because they're all wearing like super suits, and he's wearing like, hey, here's my tight leather shirt. So
at least it's not like, remember when he cameoed in Thor 1 and he's just wearing like a garbage bag or whatever he's wearing?
Because he's wearing the poncho because it's raining.
He spends like 10 minutes getting up on this crane, getting his like bow and arrow out, wearing this garbage bag.
And he doesn't
just
even
to not shoot Thor. That is the funniest cameo in any.
This whole thing is like, should I take the shot, Coulson?
Take the shot. Nah, don't worry about it.
It's like
he's like, Jeremy Renner, is that you? What are you doing?
It's funny. I've seen the first Thor movie a lot, and I always forget he's in it until I watch
I always forget too. It only popped up in my mind as we were talking about that. I was just like, yeah, he wears a garbage bag on some scaffolding in the first Thor or whatever.
Nothing.
He does nothing. It's not even like a cool, like, oh, Clint Barton's coming.
At least Black Widow on Iron Man 2 has like some.
She's in the movie. Yeah, she's a character in the movie, like for the whole thing. But Clint is just nothing. I guess they were like, where are we going to put him? Like, we can't put him in Captain America. I guess we'll put him in Thor
to do nothing.
Oh, it's so funny. If someone had asked me point blank, hey, when does Hawkeye first appear in the MCU?
Oh, is it Avengers?
Avengers. Yeah. Now thinking about it, I'm like, oh, that's right.
He just stands there.
That's so good.
Thor, I love Thor as an MCU movie, but every time people are like, it's not good, I'm like, yeah, no, it's not.
I used to really enjoy it, and then I watched it.
I still enjoy it. I legitimately enjoy it.
It's early. It's like the most quintessential early days MCU thing that exists, I think, where you go, they were still trying to find their way.
Well, the whole thing is, so you got like within the first 20 minutes, Thor loses his powers, and then he doesn't get them till like the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, it really is that trope again, isn't it? It's just like
here's Chris Hemsworth walking around saying funny words.
Another.
That's like hitting his face on like a car. It's just Chris Hemsworth acting drunk.
Then he just blows up a town. He just blows up a small town in the middle of nowhere.
That's our Thor.
Yeah, isn't that more Tony's thing?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
That was our a Hero Story Thor review. I guess.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner.
That was our thoughts on Hawkeye. I'm so glad we didn't talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier just so we could reminisce about Hawkeye in Thor.
And then give like a legitimate Thor review.
That's so funny. Yeah, here's our Thor review. What was Hawkeye doing, man?
Whoa, was that Mark Ruffalo?
That movie was good.
What was he doing, man?
I agree that it's not.
Oh my god, we should clip that. That's absolutely got to go up on Instagram.
Or a hero story Thor review. Just that full like 5-minute segment there.
What was Hawkeye doing?
We got our first batch of.
What are we doing?
What are we doing, bro? What are we doing?
There he is. We got our first batch of She-Hulk set photos, which just shows She-Hulk.
Was it a batch or was it one photo?
It was better grab your She-Hulk #1 while you can, kids.
It was, got it. It was like 4 pictures of literally Jennifer with a hoodie on, looking around.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, she's got very wavy, voluminous hair, doesn't she?
Yeah, I wonder if when she transformed, if her hair's gonna be more curly.
I think they're gonna go with that. I don't think they're gonna go with like the current Jason Aaron.
No, God, no. They won't.
one would
hope. No, but
talk about missing the point.
It's just confirming that it's filming now, so we'll keep our eye out to see if more set pictures start to appear. Maybe of our friend of the podcast, Mark Ruffalo. Or
oh, that's going to be a hell of a review, isn't it? I might just have to be Mark Ruffalo for that entire episode.
That's like, I think that's summer next year.
It's a while.
Yeah. I think the fall shows of next year are Moon Knight and Ironheart, I think. Those are like the end of, so we'll see. Ironheart will be 6 episodes long. I don't know why we got that confirmed so early. We don't even know how long Loki's going to be, but Ironheart's going to be exactly 6 episodes.
I feel like Armor Wars will be 2, and my reasoning for that is I think these ones like Falcon and the Winter Soldier and anything with an Iron Man suit, they want to condense it as small as they can so they can put more budget into less time. Because if you stretch that for like, what was WandaVision, 9 episodes? Yeah. Although WandaVision did have a lot of special effects. No, it was 9. Because it was a random number. It was like, okay, 9?
Yeah.
But I think with the Iron Man suits, because they're easier to animate than like, I don't know, Wanda floating around in there, or like you remember that scene in Falcon and the Winter Soldier where Bucky like jumps off like the second story of a thing and starts running down a street, and it's very obviously a CGI double, and then it like fades into him running. Did either of you guys see that?
I don't think so.
It's very obviously CGI, but like I just feel like that's going to be a CG heavy show with the suits.
Oh yeah, no way it has to be. What do you guys think the longest one will be? Then maybe Moon Knight. I can see Moon Knight being kind of like Daredevil.
Yeah. I think WandaVision might be the longest, honestly. Like I think the rest are going to be like 8 or 6.
WandaVision helps because some of the episodes are like literally 21 minutes.
Yeah, and the first 2, like budget-wise, are literally just in a sitcom.
Yeah. And
like it doesn't. I guess it doesn't get super.
Really
it doesn't get super effects heavy, like crazy effects heavy. Until it's, yeah, pretty much.
The laser fight.
Laser fight.
Anyways,
your cat's mad loud.
Yeah, you see, your cat is loud.
Wow, that was great English.
Oh, you can still hear this fucking cat
a little bit. Yeah. Why'd you name your cat Loki? Out of curiosity, is it because of Loki coming to Disney Plus in June?
Yes, that's exactly why.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It actually is named after the Tom Hiddleston one, though.
Oh, okay.
Like, specifically, because like when I got him,
it went like,
I don't know how old I was, 14, 15.
You looked at it and said, "Cat," and it replied, "Brother."
I won't do it again. No, I was obsessed with Tom Hiddleston's Loki. He was like my favorite villain for like the longest time. He was like my favorite villain for like 4 years. Like that specific version of
Who is it now?
I don't know. Darth Vader. I don't know why I said I don't know. I absolutely do know.
Comic wise.
We did this exact bit last week.
We literally did.
I said Darth Vader.
Right when I said that, I'm like,
he said Hunter Zolomon, and then I went,
okay.
Yeah, it was like that exact moment.
How about this? To change the conversation a bit, MCU wise.
Favorite villain in the MCU?
Mm-hmm.
At this point, like, okay, wait, do we count the Netflix shows?
Yeah, we count
Justin Hammer is amazing. He's so good.
We'll count every MCU thing, including like
every MCU thing. Oh Jesus, it's like shows. I mean, like Thanos is like the obvious choice for a lot of people, but at this point, I think it's between Dex and Zemo.
Yeah, for me, Dex. Oh,
yeah. I mean, Dex is just like
Bullseye.
That's just raw like emotion and power. Like I loved the Kingpin in those shows. I'm like, God, this is like everything you wanted. But when Dex came in, he was so different. Like I still like I get chills thinking of Kingpin manipulating him and being like, you need to let out a primal roar. And then like when he fucks up the whole church incident and he like locks himself in the van and he just like screams at the top of his lungs, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. I just love that performance.
Man, imagine canceling that show.
At least I didn't cancel it season 2.
I'm Daredevil.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
I'm Daredevil. That made me like angry watching that.
Oh man. I was like, no, but just like that season is like pacing perfection when it gets to that point, and he's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm Daredevil," and then the sound effect, and they like just start fighting. I was like, "This is the coolest thing ever."
And Matt's face the whole time was like, I don't even know Matt does that. Eyes, but he's like,
Matt does that a lot in that show. He's always like, "What?" He's always got his mouth slightly open. He's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I can't see.
I can't see. He's like, I can't see a fucking thing.
Just hears like he doesn't even know that Dex is in the room. He just hears like, what the fuck is that?
What a different show. What a different show that would be. Oh my god. Dude, this is so off topic, but God, that show is good.
Oh God, it's so good.
He's like reviewing Thor, reviewing Daredevil.
I think this is good. This is the most natural like conversation.
I like this conversation here. JD, who are your favorite MCU villains?
He's like,
he was not ready for that.
I've never actually seen an MCU movie, so that's a little tough.
It's just like garbage bag. Thor? What is this thing?
If we're counting Netflix, I really like Kingpin. But if we're just talking movies,
oh my God, David Tennant as Kilgrave in Jessica Jones.
Oh God, yeah, he's
Jessica. I love him so much. Take that coffee, pour it on your face. I love it so much. He's so good.
Go to the fence and stand there for the rest of your life.
Yeah, until you're like, it's like pissing himself or whatever. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, oh, that's dark.
So Kingpin is yours, JD?
Probably Kingpin, and then movie wise, I mean, Thanos is the easy answer. So.
Yeah, that's. What
about Zemo though?
I love
Tyler
Zemo,
Tyler and I's new favorite thing, and I know when he listens to this, he'll appreciate it. We just love. Actually, I feel like I may have said
like Trevor from Iron Man 3.
Bloody hell, ole, ole, ole. Anyway, yes, Trevor is excellent. No, we've been loving Zemo's line from Falcon the Winter Soldier where he tries to gaslight Sam, and he's just like, "We don't need to litigate what may or may not have happened," and that's become like our like line that we just keep using for everything. Like I was in a group chat and I wrote, it's cool, Iron Man with a minigun, but it was actually a rail gun. I went, well, it's actually a rail gun, but we don't need to litigate what I may or may not have written.
That's good. I would say for me, Thanos as well, or Kingpin probably. Though Dex is like close. I just think Wilson Fisk. I think if one of those characters were to come back, I think I would prefer Kingpin just because I think he has a bigger impact. Like if I could choose, although I am sad that it could, like the show writers for Daredevil, their plans were to have Dex come back in season 5 as the main villain, as Bullseye, and season 4 was going to be Owsley for whatever reason.
A lot of people are thinking that Kingpin is going to be coming to the MCU with even a possible recast. That's why the Amazing Spider-Man #50, his first appearance, has been selling pretty hot lately. Like they said,
there's been like nothing to suggest that he's coming.
That's how speculators go, though. I mean, they
know.
Like they bought the Thunderbolts issue, the first issue with the Thunderbolts. It's like an Incredible Hulk issue. That was like maybe a $5 book forever. Now that one's $1,000 for a 9.8. I'm like,
because
on the speculation of Thunderbolts,
just because they put Zemo in the raft and
Yeah.
John Walker's US agent. Oh, there you go.
I mean, Yeah, I still think we'll see the Thunderbolts one day, but maybe not as close as we thought. Oh, here's news that I forgot to write down. Apparently, there is a lot of MCU movies that some people at Marvel Studios are shocked that Kevin Feige didn't announce. I guess.
Oh.
And when you think about it, Kevin Feige only announced stuff up to 2022. We don't know what's coming in 2 years. We know what's coming this year and next year.
A lot of movies.
It's 2021, isn't it? What
yeah.
the fuck?
We don't know what's coming in 2 years.
That's crazy.
It makes sense.
I think it was because they're doing the big Disney Plus push. Like they kind of revealed things we already knew but didn't announce too much.
That, and honestly, with the amount they announced, like that's good. We're satisfied.
Yeah, well, that's true, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a lot of
trucking along. Like it's absurd at this point how long this has gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not in a bad way. I don't know how you can watch I don't know how you can see the MCU and not at least like one thing. That seems like it's got something for everyone at some point, surely. And
they said like there's a genre, like every genre you could think of, there's an MCU thing, especially in the future where Doctor Strange is going to have horror roots. So I don't think it's going to be a horror movie, but you could probably say like, oh, there's horror elements at least.
I hope so.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be full on horror movie because kids will want to see it. And you don't want to do that. So horror elements.
Why not?
Think of Scooby-Doo 2 horror.
Kids were seeing Jaws back in the 70s, man. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, but 70s kids and 20s kids are very different.
Yeah, well, they were resilient back then. Now we're just a bunch of bitches.
Yeah, we are. Kids get together, we'll
talking about our feelings. Ugh. My first horror movie.
Wait, how old were you?
Oh.
Oh, you're way too young.
Halloween was my first.
My grandma was
10,
maybe 11.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma and I binged Friday the 13th when I was like a 7-year-old boy.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's why you're like this. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
that was great, Hunter. Please continue to abuse Harper more.
Like my brother is 10, right? And my grandma is currently living with my father because she's quite sick. And because she loves her horror movies, we were trying to find a movie to watch, and Zach was there. And
Snyder?
No, my brother. Yes, my
brother Zack Snyder.
My brother is Zack Snyder. And I was going through horror movies, right? And my dad goes, "Yeah, but you can't put those on because Zach's here." And I turned to him and I was like, "Your own mother was showing me movies far worse than this when I was far younger than this kid right now. I'm sure he'll be fine." They weren't even bad. They were Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That Freddy Krueger movie he did where it was set in the real world?
Oh.
It's not even like that. It's not even that, full on. We ended up watching Jurassic Park though, which was fucking amazing. So that's okay.
I've never seen Jurassic Park.
What?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What? Why?
What is wrong with you?
What stops you?
Jurassic
Park. Nothing stopped me. It's something that I've just been meaning to watch. It's one of those you talk about famous movies that you've never seen that everyone's seen that they have that reaction to. Jurassic Park is mine.
That's your movie. That's my Godfather. Okay, fair enough.
Oh my God! Can you please do your Godfather impression, Hunter?
I
was listening back on an episode where you were doing a speech, and it was so bad.
You come here unannounced on the day my daughter is to be married. I trusted you, Nick Wilde, and here you come with this rabbit.
That's my favorite.
I've seen Zootopia.
I trusted you. Wow.
I'm changing the SoundCloud password so you can no longer
so I can no longer upload the podcast.
Yeah,
but only to SoundCloud, like Spotify and Apple.
Yeah, no, YouTube is all yours.
Just SoundCloud.
If you listen on SoundCloud,
second most popular or third?
I'm sorry to listen on SoundCloud. This is your last episode.
Well, no, for those who don't know, SoundCloud is how it gets on Apple, on Spotify, on everything but YouTube. SoundCloud's the host.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course.
So if I cut the plug on that, Hunter will be dead.
Well, I'll have YouTube, but JD, this is your podcast too. I hope you realize that.
Self-destruction, homicide, suicide. It's worth it.
Because I called it Zootopia.
Homicide, suicide. It's worth it. That's Jesus. Like a Nirvana line, man. Excellent.
The denial.
Anyways, next news. Continuing the news of the week, Silk is actually filming in August.
The Silk Wait, it's filming?
Yeah, in August.
Really?
I don't know if they have a cast announced yet, but
that happened.
Who
let that happen?
Wait, is this the Amazon one? I thought it was animated.
Yeah. No, is it?
Oh, is it animated?
I don't think it is.
If it was animated, that would make
I thought the Amazon one was supposed to be animated.
JD, hold the phone. I want to see you hold the phone. Thank you.
He is, in fact, holding that phone.
Wow, I didn't research this. I just totally thought, oh, there is. Okay, so there's a Silk drama that's 3 seasons that start in 2011. They're probably talking about that.
I don't think that's what they're talking about. I don't think that's at all. I don't think.
Probably not.
You just made that was such a stretch to go. They're probably talking about this. All right.
Live action Spider-Man spin-off series Silk gets a filming start date. It's live action.
Oh, live action.
I think it's gonna be set in the Venomverse, though. So
it's not even a universe yet. It's one movie.
Venom.
Venom.
What a way to start the cinematic universe, right? Like on the Marvel side, you have Iron Man, and
I have
this one's Venom.
I have a joke where every time I go to watch a movie with my girlfriend, I always just Venom every time, and I've never seen it.
I have this joke where I pretend to have a girlfriend, and then I don't feel sad anymore.
Yeah, you're the only single little bitch.
Hello,
sorry. Why'd you say it like that? No, JD,
I don't know.
One day you'll get a girlfriend, and one day you will get to watch Venom with her.
Hey, Hunter, you know what's cool?
What?
Unconditional love and having someone who's always there for you, bro. Isn't that cool?
I guess that's pretty cool, yeah. I don't know why I said it like that.
You said it so like...
I guess, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm happy.
I mean, it's not like having a 9.8.
It's not like we watch Venom, so she hasn't seen it. It came out in theaters. I'm like, Venom's out. Let's go. She's like, no, it doesn't look good. So I saw it with my dad instead. And after when it was over, my dad's like, that wasn't good. I'm like, yeah.
Have I ever told you guys when I saw Venom in cinemas, like all the rows were taken, so we had to sit up the very front, and our necks were craned like up. In that final battle, it was just colors. I had no idea what was happening. It was just blurred like mash, and occasionally some like orange and then black and blue, and I was just like. Nothing, just pure gibberish.
If you look up a Hero Story Venom review, it is a 30-minute long segment of JD being like, "This was awesome," and being like, "I don't think it was JD."
I like coming out of theater.
JD actually really liked Venom.
To be fair, when you come out of theater versus when you get time to think about it, like we were recording pretty much right after I saw it, like. If we recorded right after we saw Justice League, we'd have to delete that episode.
I mean, Hunter, look at him. Look at him. He looks like the exact kind
I'm the demographic they're going for.
You look exactly like a Venom.
I'm a white male single between the ages of 20 and 27. This is who they're going
with a gold chain and a wife beater, like, as if you're not.
You're the target. I just see like Sony Pictures like pitching Venom, be like, "This is our target audience." I pull up a picture of JD. But how many of there are? How many of you are there? Not enough.
Can you imagine we walk into the screening for Venom and it's just every single person in a white wife beater with a gold chain. JD so excited to be there.
History of the Flash, Clone Saga.
How good was that? Like a Sony exec walks in and he's like, "Yeah, we got him."
All right, the joke is done. Don't make us argue, Harper.
Okay,
man.
It helps.
Isn't it weird that Hawkeye was just in that crane? He just did nothing.
Why did he do nothing? Oh, jeez. I'll go on the news.
We should do a spin-off episode just about the first Thor movie.
Our watch party should be Thor.
That's brilliant. Yes.
We should watch Thor.
Oh, we'll be so excited when he comes out.
I like this spin-off. Another.
We'll be like, away.
I'll be so excited. Oh, Jesus.
Anyways, continue with the news of the week. We got a rumor that came out this past week that NetherRealms, creators of Mortal Kombat and Injustice, they're making a Marvel fighting game. Now, this rumor, take it with a grain of salt, but there are reasons why this will never happen and reasons why this will happen. Reasons why it's probably not going to happen. NetherRealms is Warner Brother owned.
What is the news? What is the news? I'm so sorry. I was too busy going.
I understand.
What's the news?
NetherRealms are making a Marvel game. It's a rumor.
Oh, that's not happening.
So the reason why people are saying no, it's not happening is because Warner Brothers owns NetherRealms, and they're DC. The reason why it could happen is because Marvel is starting to do. People are saying that Marvel is going to do what Star Wars is doing, because it's both Disney, by having different companies make different Star Wars games. So many companies are making different Star Wars games at the moment, and Marvel's done Avengers and Spider-Man, which are two different companies making it.
Yeah,
so maybe
that's true.
They'll branch out even more, have even more companies, so then they could put out more Marvel games as the year. Like maybe they'll want to do like 2 Marvel games a year.
Also, I mean, Insomniac is Sony, it's PlayStation, everything. I know they co-own Spider-Man and everything, but it's working with other companies.
Avengers was made by, I can't remember who made Avengers.
Square Enix.
They're a different company that made Avengers. So maybe Marvel wants to go down the path by having other video game companies make different Marvel games so they could pump up more every year. That's why people are saying it's possible.
But it would just be a fighting game, wouldn't it? It'd just be
a Marvel fighting game. Last time we got a Marvel fighting game was 2017 with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
If it had a story as good as like Injustice 2 or something, then I would actually love it, because I'd be like, I wouldn't even care about the fighting mechanics. I'd be like, yes, cool, good story. You know what I mean?
I like how you went to your announcer voice for that. Whoa, really cool.
Whoa, this is really good. Buy it on
10 out of 10 IGN.
I mean,
no. Oh, I missed it. No.
It's okay, man.
Alien Isolation was on special for like $10 on the PlayStation Network. I forgot to buy it. I was really excited to play that game again.
This has been an advertisement for the PlayStation Network. Never miss
buy
another
Alien
deal.
Isolation, now back up to like $100 fucking.
But I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would love for it to happen. I like fighting games in general. Those tend to be my favorite kind of video games. So the fact that every Marvel fighting game practically, like modern Marvel fighting game, is Marvel versus Capcom, which is like, it's half a Marvel game.
It's also like not serious.
No, it'd be good to have a fighting game for Marvel that's like 2D fighter, just like Injustice, Marvel characters with a story and a big cast, like 40 plus characters that you could pick of villains and heroes. That'd be awesome. But this is just a rumor at the moment. I didn't look.
Oh my god! Oh, it's right there. The story is right there. NetherRealm do a Marvel fighting game, but the story is Civil War, and that's how you have heroes versus heroes and villains. Yeah, that's right there.
Yeah, they do their own type of Civil War. Yeah,
hell yeah, that'd be
Captain
so
America
sick.
and Iron Man, and just have their own move sets and have different costumes. Like you do like MCU costumes and comic costumes, and Hawkeye in the trash bag, and it'll be good.
Man, sorry, this is so off topic, but that's this podcast, isn't it? I love that Sam and Rhodey went from Rhodey being like, Sam, that is dangerously arrogant, to then being like, what does he say? He's like, that's the United Nations you're talking about, to then Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where he's like, you stay safe, brother. Like, I love that. Sorry. Anyway, that's cool.
DC Fandom is returning October 16th.
October 16th, DC Fandom. Tune in for exclusive footage of what's the movie with The Rock in it? What is that movie?
Black Adam. Sorry, Jumanji Into the Jungle.
Young Black Adam coming to NBC.
Anyway. Oh god.
Can you imagine prequel?
It's just him as a slave then. That's basically
oh no, that's depressing.
Black Adam was a slave.
Oh no.
I can't believe that's actually happening. I can't believe the movie's happening. I was thinking DC Fandom predictions real quick. I'm guessing the Batman trailer, Black Adam trailer, Flash trailer.
Yeah.
As far as announcements go, I don't know what Harley Quinn season 3.
They did nothing with comic books last year, so are they gonna do?
Yeah, they didn't really.
Jeff Johns will be returning.
Yeah,
JD, and then leaves the call.
So last Fandom.
Oh, you mean I get booted by Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, for being racist. Anyway,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened.
Sean's not a racist. I will not tolerate slander.
Last DC Fandom, I booked off the date and I watched the entire thing. I watched every single minute of Fandom to the point where I was.
Was
it worth it?
Yes, it was. I had a great time.
I got paid to watch it because I was at work.
Yeah, you just checked your phone every once in a while. I remember you were texting me. You're just like, did the Flash thing happen yet? I'm like, no, man, it happens in like 4 hours. You're like, oh, what's happening now? I'm like, there's like puppets on screen. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it live, and I'm absolutely fine that I didn't, because like the only thing that I saw in time was the Batman trailer, and I went, that was awesome, and that was it.
Yeah.
There's nothing else I cared about.
I was thinking that maybe it'll just be me, but maybe when it starts, we could do like a YouTube live stream of us watching. So if you want to watch,
I would do it. Like, as long as, wait, what day is it?
It's a Saturday.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which is a Sunday for him.
Yes, I'm aware of how time.
Harper, it might start at like 3 a.m. your time.
Oh, balls in my face. Yeah. That's not gonna work. Sorry,
like, maybe you could join in like when you wake up, you could join in. Yeah.
Sorry, that's just the best tweet I've ever seen by anyone. That was Lil Nas X on Twitter, just said balls in my face, and I just think that's the funniest thing. Anyway, sorry.
Like what if let's say JD and I, we book off what we're doing, and Tyler too, and we're doing like a live stream, and then you just, when you're up.
When is it? October,
yeah.
Yeah, I won't be off.
Okay.
Sorry, couldn't get the
JD has major Halloween plan.
I requested.
It's like, sorry, I'm prepping Halloween stuff.
They said I could have one day off in October, and I took Halloween.
That's fair.
Wow. Serious?
Why did they tell you that?
I told you I'd have to kill you.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. Anyway.
I mean, I plan on booking off the day, and hopefully I might be in school during then, but it's a Saturday, so I'll probably,
you know why I don't care?
What?
I think I know why I don't care. It's because DC Fandom was DC Fandom, right? And then they had Kevin Feige stand in front of a green screen for 15 minutes.
Destroy the DC universe.
And just fucking like rocked the world apart. So like, and that wasn't even like anything big. He's just like, yeah, we're doing fucking Fantastic Four. Here's all these Disney Plus shows. You're going to watch them, aren't you? Like, that was it. We were all just like, yes, Kevin, thank you.
My biggest life regret is not recording us all watching it.
I know.
Because we all watch it with Tyler. And
the fact that you actually managed to get my like reaction for Armor Wars, at least that'll exist. Like in its awful quality, at least that photo exists.
I'd love to see the video of that like over.
Harper screamed, and when Fantastic Four was announced, all of us gasped, and Tyler burst into tears. That's how bad
I genuinely remember clear as day JD's voice going, Harper, Armor Wars. Like I remember him saying that clear as day, and me just being like, no fucking way. I'm getting like genuine chills. Like
I remember, I heard JD. He was like a second ahead of everyone.
Yeah, he said it, and I was like, and then
Tyler and I weren't even like, oh my god, Armor Wars. We're like, oh my god, Harper.
Harper, yeah, I love the fact that every one of it, that actually meant a lot to me, that you're all like we did the same thing for Fantastic Four. It was just like, this is Tyler, like this is your moment, man.
Yeah, that's like if they said like, oh, the Flash Blitz in live action, like you guys would all be like,
we'd all be like JD.
Yeah, like, oh my god, that's your favorite story.
Yeah, I couldn't Dark Side or.
Do you remember when they announced Secret Invasion? We were all on the call and they're like, Secret Invasion. We were all like, huh? Like how? You remember
as a show?
Yeah, we were like, huh? I loved that so much.
Damn, I wish I recorded it. That's why I want to record DC Fandom, even though the difference is Kevin Feige
12 hours.
thing, and Fandom was 12 hours.
I drink coffee.
And then just cut it up to like the highlights of showing the Batman trailer when you see Riddler in his costume, like
bright green Jim Carrey Riddler.
He's back.
He's back.
He's back.
Anyways, this is kind of not DC Marvel, but I just want to mention it because we talked about it when it was originally coming out. Invincible was renewed for 2 more seasons, again, season 2 and 3. I like Invincible. Season finales tomorrow as of recording. I'm excited. The other guys here, they're not really Invincible.
How many episodes is the whole season?
I think just 9.
Cool, don't give a shit.
Oh, that's
Didn't watch
short as dicks.
They
Whoa.
put their budget in the cast, which it was just good.
Oh, I do love J.K.
Wow.
Simmons.
Yeah, they got J.K. Simmons as
wow.
man. So I love Invincible. I love the comic. I love the show. So I'm happy that it's getting more seasons. I just hope the animation gets a budget because the fight scenes look fantastic. But when there's no fight scenes, there's a lot of just like still images with mouths moving. So
isn't that what they did for like the comic though? Like, isn't it like purposely like kind of low budgety? Like
the first few issues are when they don't have a budget. Yeah.
Yeah,
they do. They make a lot of jokes. I was like, this is the same panel but twice. So
isn't that kind of lazy? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. For comic news, solicitations came out. I'll just kind of go through some highlights that I enjoyed. Batman Catwoman is getting a special issue going over the meeting of Bruce and Selena, like a modern day retelling of their first meeting in July. Cool. These are all for July, by the way. A new series was announced called Batman Secret Files, where they go over Batman characters that currently aren't in comics, such as the Signal and Huntress. Those are the first two characters they're focusing on. The weird thing is, it's not called Batman Secret Files issue 1 or issue 2. It's called Batman Secret Files Huntress issue 1 and Batman Secret Files Signal issue 1.
Yeah, because if it has a big number 1 on it, people are gonna be like, "Duh, I gotta buy this."
Yeah, basically. So
he's right. He's out of line, but he's right.
It's a good point. Justice League Infinity was announced, which is like a continuation from the Justice League Unlimited animated series. It's kind of like Batman: The Next Adventure, how that's continuing. Batman.
But it's actually from the writer of the show, which is cool.
Yeah, exactly, just in comic form.
What? How?
It's the writer of Justice League Unlimited.
Wasn't Dwayne McDuffie responsible for a lot of that?
I don't think he was the main writer.
Oh, okay. Who was the main writer? Because it wasn't Bruce Timm. So
who are, I don't know. If you have the solicitation for it,
Paul Dini?
I don't.
No,
I just have.
This guy I didn't recognize his name actually.
Oh, it must just be someone who wrote a lot that doesn't have as much name recognition. Then sorry.
Yeah, I guess not. Coming up in Green Lantern, Jo Malone is coming in, who is the Far Sector Green Lantern. She's going to be one of the characters for July's issue. So she's
Say that name again. Jo
Malone. Is that not it?
It's fantastic. Sorry.
Thank you.
He just wanted to make you sweat.
Yeah.
That's a good line.
Aquaman got an 80th anniversary issue announced.
Oh shit, is it really getting one? No, what?
It is.
What?
It's not new stories. No. It's just like certain appearances from the past 80 years all put into one.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, no, isn't that just for the trade collection?
Yeah, but that was like announced.
Oh, there's no single issue, like the no 100-page spectacular.
It's gonna be like it is. It has a like the same.
Does this coincide with them not wanting to give Jeff a story?
Maybe. I doubt it. I kind of doubt it.
They probably don't want Aquaman to be racist too. So
they probably just
Jeff's not a fucking racist.
I think it's just
you sure, JD?
They don't want to do.
JD's died on this hill.
They'll give Joker an 80th anniversary book. Well, they'll just have writers make their own stories for Joker, but they won't do it for Aquaman. I'm shocked.
No, I'm
shocked. I'm shocked just based on like it's a sales thing. Like if I know tech and action are different because it's Batman and Superman, but they were the top 2 selling comics of their year. Like it's gonna sell. It's bizarre to me.
They canceled Aquaman's book to make another Batman book.
Batman Secret Files, The Huntress, #1.
Yeah, that near you. Aquaman was canceled. And you announced that? Come on.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Anyways, Marvel has a lot of good storylines coming out. So especially in Spider-Man and Thor, it seems. But as far as like new comics, Moon Knight is getting his own ongoing, not a miniseries. Ongoing is going to be written by Jed McKay, and here we go. Alessandro Capuccio is doing the art. I might.
It sounded good at the start, but then I think you lost.
Alessandro Capuccio. I'm going to say maybe Capuccio.
It can't be Capuccio. There's no way.
I don't know. Anyways, that's the artist. The art looks fantastic. I'm sorry I'm mispronouncing the name. But yeah, Moon Knight is getting an ongoing. First time since, I think, 2014?
Written by Jed Mackey.
Jed McKay?
Yes.
I'll be reading it. I like Moon Knight. I'm excited that he's finally getting another series instead of appearing as a antagonist in the Avengers book for a filler arc.
More of a morning person myself.
Nice.
Just dead stop the show.
Those are like kind of like the highlights for the solicitations, and that's it for the news. We made it.
Wow, how long's that been?
About an hour. I thought it was way more. I thought we were like, oh god,
yeah,
we're 3
it felt
hours
long.
in.
Sorry.
57 minutes we're in. Or about 58. So
wow, okay.
Comic. We got
Robin or Falcon and Winter Soldier. What do we do? Robin. Let's do a round robin.
Okay, we'll do Robin.
You're on tonight.
This week. I also got Beta Ray Build number 2, but I haven't received one in the mail yet, so I haven't read it yet. But Robin came out, Joshua Williamson, and it was good. Good start. No? Did you
like it?
Was it good?
I thought it was a good start. JD, did you like it?
Was it good?
Really? He brought back 4 villains from the Nightwing Chuck Dixon run, which is an automatic way to my heart. And he brought back Raptor, which is an automatic way to Hunter's heart. So
so there's a page where
like for me, it was just weird to like have this story. Like I was expecting it to be mostly focused on Damian Wayne. And then it's a character from How I Met Your Mother. Like, that's just bizarre to me that DC would make a Robin single. Is this too deep?
This is why Comic Rebirth will not be on the show next week. We're actually using this as a way to fire him.
This is way too deep. I'll be honest with you. I'm like 80% sure there's a character on How I Met Your Mother named Robin.
Yes, there is.
But I'm not. Okay, thank God.
Hunter, you remember like episode like 96 of the show when the show was actually good?
I'm sorry.
I haven't seen How I Met Your Mother, Nick Wilde.
Oh, God.
Anyway, Robin was really good.
Oh, you did enjoy it? Okay.
Yeah, I did.
There's a page with Raptor in the background, who's one of my favorite Nightwing villains. And when I flipped that page, I literally gasped so loud, and I went like, Raptor! I was home alone.
And then he proceeded to message me because I'm the only one who will like.
Yeah, I messaged JD a caps lock. I'm just like, Raptor was in Robin! No dialogue. He's just in one panel.
He's just on Fight Island, isn't he? Is he on Fight Island?
Basically, yeah. So the plot is...
Isn't that what Australia is?
To find Fight Island.
Yeah, the plot is to go to Australia.
Yeah, we're Fight Island and you're Shoot Everyone Island.
Anyway, look, we got Nightwing, Nightwing, NITE from Chuck Dixon's run.
Nice.
We got
someone who looks like Rose Wilson but isn't because Davian says copyright infringement, which I thought was funny.
Wait, it's not Rose?
No, I think he was talking to the one who looks like Deathstroke. I think that actually is Ravager. Yeah. He called it Ravager.
Oh, yeah. Really?
I think he's talking to the one that looks like Deathstroke.
You said the one that looks like Deathstroke, not Ravager, as if she doesn't look like Deathstroke.
Well, you know what I mean.
There's a character that has like...
I know what you mean, but that was just funny.
Double Dare from the Nightwing run.
All these references that I don't
Lady Vic from the Nightwing run.
Okay.
Where's the other one? There's another one. Anyway, already respect to Williamson. I like the issue. I was actually kind of surprised that he kind of just throws you right into it like that. I was expecting more of like a first issue, like, you know,
where's Damian?
Everything you need to know. But I felt like we were really just thrown into it. Which
he really started like, you know, he didn't pull any punches. He just wanted to rip your heart out.
Yeah, you didn't need to watch all 9. You didn't have to watch all 9 seasons of How I Met Your Mother to understand this issue, which is nice.
Hey, that reference then was good because man's gets a.
I'll give you like a B+.
JD, you want to go over the plot of the book?
Sure.
You don't have to if you don't want.
What if he said no?
No, I don't want to. Hunter, I want you to do it.
Actually?
Yeah, Hunter, I'm waiting.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, the sass.
Okay. Damian Wayne is missing at the moment from the Bat family. No one knows where he is. Like Nightwing's looking for him. Oracle, Steph, Cass, and Bruce, they're all looking for him. He's off the grid. He threw away his phone. He just ditched Gotham. And he's in a different country at the moment, fighting people for fun. He fights the son of Bane, or the father of Bane, Bane's father. who was Blaine's
the father of Bane, Bane's father.
father of Bane's father, and he beats him up. Basically, he's trying to get the attention for an invitation to a tournament in Australia. And we don't know who wins, what happens if you win, but it's basically a fighting tournament that if people notice you're a good fighter, they'll give you an invitation and send you to this island to fight people. He gets noticed and put on a ship, and off he goes to Fight Island, and he gets his heart ripped out at the end of the issue. Died right away. Come on. He died so fast.
Was there another run where Damian did art? Was it Tomasi's Batman and Robin? Or
I didn't know what that was.
Because when I saw it, I was like, wait, there was another one where he drew, right?
He wasn't drawing that. He was reading. I showed him reading a manga.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not Damian's art.
Why'd you say it like a manga?
Manga.
I thought there was a run where Damian drew. Is that not a thing?
No, it feels like it could be a thing.
I don't remember.
But that was him reading it, showing that like he's not using technology, he's just reading to get past the time.
Here's some listener thoughts on Robin. I hope this works.
Teen Titans Academy is the best book ever and way superior to Tom Taylor's Nightwing.
Shut up, Sean.
Starfire, not Babs.
Sean's banned from the podcast now.
Sean, I guess you can't do timestamps because you said that Dick belongs with.
Does he seriously think that?
No, he definitely doesn't.
Okay.
He blasted.
We were talking before, and I went, Sean. He was like, "When's my cameo happening?" And I'm like, "When you say something mean to JD." And then he was like, "I just thought of this." All the things that could hurt JD.
Well done, Sean.
Yeah, good job.
Caleb just messaged me saying just okay. I called him. I needed an answer. He just replied, okay.
Okay. You can call him again. Be like, Caleb, what'd you think of Robin? Oh, here we go.
Last Young Justice.
Oh, yeah.
If he answers, it's he just messaged us, so I know he's active. I don't know why.
This is an absolute failure this week of oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus
someone put up this post about like the Disney Channel intros, and my volume was up like full because of the Sean message. So it just like blared at me this Disney intro out of nowhere. Oh, he didn't join.
He's gonna message you okay again like an hour later.
A hero story just taking major L's today.
A hero story is just not as good as it used to be. It's like one of those shows that like it went on too long, and you're like, man, they got.
Oh, it's good.
I agree completely.
It's like The Office, like season like 8. It's like God, they're ruining the characters.
Well, they introduced like new characters and tried to make them replace the old. And you just
Robert California is legitimately so funny. I look forward to him every time I rewatch the show.
I hate season 8 and 9. I can't watch it.
I love Robert California so much. Andrew? Harper, have you not watched The Office? You look so confused.
Oh, is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I love The Office. Yeah, I love it.
Robert California, and you're like, who could that be? Do you know multiple people named Robert California?
Yeah, I love The Office.
Okay, he hasn't seen The Office.
Name one Office character.
Dwight.
Oh, okay.
Michael Scott.
Wally West.
Ricky Gervais's character.
Matthew Murdoch.
The dude that was in Portal 2. What's his name?
Alex from Wizards of the Waverly Place.
He was Caliban in Logan.
Oh,
God damn.
Hello, random phone call. Hold on. Continue talking. I don't know.
He doesn't know. What were we talking about?
Call. Your car's extended warranty. Do you guys get those in Australia? Do you guys get spam calls? Like,
I mean, we get spam calls, but they're always on like, landline phones, not like mobile phones.
Yeah, it's a spam call. I will not put an address on.
So is this just the US thing? I swear.
No, that was a spam call I just got.
No. But our US followers can attest this. Every spam call is like, your car's extended warranty is about to expire.
Oh, I get.
I remember I got a spam email from my uni that was like, you haven't, because you haven't been paying for where you've been parking, like everyone's getting like a parking fine, and then the uni like immediately was like, oh, that's actually a spam thing, like that's not real. Someone just got into the servers, but like I parked like up a road that didn't have anything to do with the uni, so I got the email. I was like, the fuck is this? I'm gonna fine for not parking at the uni.
I usually answer those and just have fun. When they ask for a name, I say like Oliver Queen or something like that.
I used to have fun with telemarketer.
Then he grew up.
Yeah, and then I got a fucking job hunter, which you don't have. So, I
I
just enjoy
do, yeah.
$900 a week, spend it on things because I'm, a fucking badass. But anyway.
Yeah, why don't you save up to buy a house instead of buying Iron Man comics, bitch?
I could, dude. I make enough money that I could buy a house and Iron Man comics. So,
respect.
Let's
do a virtual high five right now.
Fuck yeah. That was awesome.
That was cool. Let's leave.
Oh my god, I did see on eBay someone had Iron Man issue 1 in a 9 CGC for only $3,000.
What?
9.
Yeah. Oh my god. From, like, the Silver Age?
Yes, as in
that's
like
a great
the
cover. I love
issue.
that one.
I couldn't believe. I was like, whoa.
Wait. What was the grade?
9.
What?
For $3,000. Yeah, the first issue of Iron Man. Not Tales of Suspense 39, but Iron Man issue 1, which I have seen for $2,000 for like a 4.0.
Hold on.
It's a very expensive book.
Issue 1.
Well, I could, JD, but also fuck that.
You can get a Tales of Suspense number 39 with no cover for $3,000.
That's actually if
it was going to be missing the cover, that's a good page for it to have, right?
Yeah, Iron Man actually quite a good page. That could be the cover, honestly.
Oh, okay. So a 9 is worth around
only 2,500. That's not bad.
No, you can
I mean, but no cover.
Or you can get a CGC 5.0 for $20,000.
Or you can save your money and be money.
Or you could focus on buying a house.
I'm actually going to buy some clothes.
Another one without a cover. Same one.
0.5. Jesus Christ. Someone used that to wipe their bottom.
That one's more expensive. That's almost $3,000.
How? Anyway, what are we talking about, Robin?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Oh yeah, we're done. Robin. I guess.
What do you give Robin?
I give Robin like an 8.
8.5.
8.
Yeah, like an 8. I would have said the exact same.
No, continue reading it. Good start.
It's good stuff.
Falcon and the
Why
Winter
are there so many without the cover? What the hell? This one's not.
That's odd. Yeah. Oh wow.
Oh, signatures here.
Hey, whoa, that's me.
Well, Stan Lee, how you been?
I signed that cover.
It's not
Stan Lee, what do you think of the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Oh no.
Well,
I'm gonna stop you there. I'm gonna stop you there.
Here's my take on. Oh God. There's no way I was going to continue that, but like this version of Stan Lee we've created for this show, every single listener knows where that was going.
Stan Lee. It's the complete opposite of who Stan Lee is.
You gotta pull
just
out
like
the video.
Stan, did you see who became? They're like, Stan, did you see who became the new Captain America? He's like, boy, I hope it was Bucky.
How do you feel about John Walker, Stan Lee?
I love him. I think I can definitely excuse all of his actions just because he's white.
No. So this anti-Stan Lee came from because we were on the podcast. We were just talking about best Stan Lee moments, and we thought Ant-Man and the Wasp was the best one. He's like, well, the 60s were fun, but now I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
Like, my sandwich was in that car.
We're just like, what if Stan was just like the worst person in the world?
Yeah, like what if?
Marvel's What If.
Marvel's What If.
It's just Stan Lee being a terrible person. Yeah, Falcon the Winter Soldier. I guess we kind of already briefly talked about it, but what did you think of the season as a whole?
We don't need to litigate what we may or may not have watched.
Okay.
We did watch it though, didn't we?
That's our review of Falcon the Winter Soldier.
Good episode, guys. Was
it better than WandaVision?
Yes.
Really? I disagree.
Yes. No, I think stronger finale for sure.
You
know what I love about this show? I think everyone went into it expecting that in the final episode we would have Sam Wilson, Captain America, fighting John Walker's, fake Captain America, little bitch Captain America. And then instead we got a genuine speech and you may not entirely agree with it. You may entirely agree with it, whatever. But the fact that instead of the show going, oh, let's just have action, it was Sam standing there and being like, we need to come together and work together for a better world, because otherwise we're just completely fucked, is like so much more important than
that was the best part of the show. The entire show.
Amazing.
It was just a speech, but just some of the dialogue, like
it was so good.
No
and like,
super soldier, no blonde hair, blue eyes. The only power I have is I
adore the line where he's like, you just don't get it. And it's like, I'm not saying I adore that line. I adore the line that comes off. But for context, of course, Sam's not going to get all the little nuances. But when he's just like, I'm a black man wearing the stars and stripes. What don't I understand? Yeah. Like, this is so much deep. Like, that guy doesn't get it. That dude, whatever he was in charge of, whatever the acronym was, I forget now. It's like, he doesn't get it because it's completely different for Sam. And that's like in the 5th episode, the show slows down a lot and we get all that personal time. Oh yeah. But like but Bucky having that line where he's just like, and like this hit for me for a very specific reason. Bucky has that line where he goes, when Sam told me what he was planning, I don't think either of us realized what it would feel like for a black man to be handed the shield. And he's like, I owe you an apology. I'm sorry, right? Loki, shut the fuck up. This is an important moment. Brother. Right? That moment for me was so good because I was just like, I never thought of it that way. Like, for me, I never would have thought of Steve passing the shield to Sam as anything more than just, oh, that's cool, he's going to be like the next Captain America. But for Sam, it was so much more. It was so much deeper than that because of what it represented in the country that he lives in. And it's like, we're not here to bash America, and we're not here to like, take political stance, but just the idea that for Sam, it's completely different. And especially when he's got, Isaiah, and he meets Isaiah and he sees what Isaiah has gone through his whole existence because of that. It's like, it was amazing, this show for a superhero show where it's just like, oh, fun, yeah, there's punching and shooting and blah blah blah, and Zemo being funny and Zemo dancing or whatever the fuck, that it could genuinely teach something important. To be like, your perspective isn't the only perspective. Like, you may see this as something minor, but for someone else who has a completely different life experience, it's so much more. I thought that was just fucking amazing because I am the demographic that needs to learn about that stuff, because I wouldn't have thought about it. I would have been like, there's no way I would have had that opinion. Well, I wouldn't have watched Endgame and be like, whoa, I wonder what's going through Sam's head right now. I would have just been like, he's fucking Captain America, that's sick. That's it. That's really all it was for me. It's just like, it belongs that to me is why it's better. I think the social commentary in that show is excellent. Yeah, I really do.
Screw the people being like, I don't like it because it was so political. It Captain America. What did you expect? Wasn't that? Yeah, where's the politics here?
No one's like fighting for like left or right or any sort of like whatever political way that you follow. It wasn't saying that. It was just talking about people and how to treat people and how people have been treated. Mm-hmm. And whether you fucking like it or not, it's a fact. You know what I mean? The shit they bring up is a fact. You can disagree with it all you want, but that is what's happened. And the fact that they tackled it and didn't make it like, that wasn't all it was. It wasn't just like trying to be in your face. It was being genuine. It was using it with context that made sense. And it was trying to say something. Like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier isn't just a show about, social issues. It is a show about people, and then these people have genuine feelings about things that happen in their world, because the world isn't just people in funny costumes punching each other. And if you think that's all that comic books are, you missed the fucking point of comic books, dude.
You missed a lot of comics.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you just didn't get it. And
especially
whatever, I don't
Captain
care.
America comics too.
Like, yeah, no shit.
That's like the most political you get. Even then, it doesn't even have to be political for it to just bring up the past, the negativities of the past.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't have to be like, oh, like Sam Wilson is Captain America, and the way he said is the best line. Where the only power I have is I know that we can do better. Like, he doesn't need to be a super soldier running around throwing a shield at bad guys' face. Yeah. You need to have the moral of what Captain America is we can do better. Like people were saying Steve Rogers is what America used to be, but Sam Wilson is what America needs to be.
Yeah.
And so that's why Sam was given the shield. That's why Steve chose him. That's why Marvel chose him in general.
But that speech is what solidified it more than anything. The fact that he came out there and said that, it's like, if you see that and you go, nah, I'm still not sure about him. Like, how not? That is Sam. That is Steve's legacy in a nutshell. That is exactly who that person is.
And for people wanting Bucky,
Let the dude rest. He was an assassin for 70 fucking years.
Yeah, and you want him to be the symbol of an entire nation.
I don't think Bucky. Yeah, no way.
Like he's killed so many innocent people, and I know it wasn't actually Bucky. You know, it was the whole mind thing.
Yeah, but still,
for the death of so many innocent people, and you want his face to be the symbol of the nation.
It was never gonna happen.
Let him rest. He doesn't. I don't think he'd even want the shield. If you're just like, okay, Bucky, Captain America, he'd be like,
I think it means something to him because of what it represented for Steve, but I don't think he ever wants to wield it as a superhero.
And then you got the people like, oh, but in the comics, Bucky was him first. It's because Steve Rogers was shot. And so Bucky was the only one there who picked up.
He was a prick as Captain America. He was a fucking ass.
He ran around with a gun. He was nice to the Avengers, but when actual people came, he'd be like, might kill you. Like there's a scene in New Avengers, Brian Michael Bendis, it's issue 50, I believe, where Bucky joins the team as Captain America because Steve's dead. And when they're attacked, when the big fight begins, he takes out a gun and he starts shooting people. And Spider-Man's like, okay, I see what makes you different, Steve.
Yeah.
Because he takes out a gun and he starts firing. Like, I know that Bucky's not a killer in the MCU anymore, although he does still use a gun. He's a hero, but he's a hero that needs rest.
Like, yeah, he does. He absolutely
look
does.
At his line in Infinity War.
Won't get it. But like, he even says in this, he's like, I had some calm while I was in Wakanda. Like that's the only time he kind of felt at peace, when he was just like.
But in Infinity War, his first line in the entire movie is, "Where's the fight?
Where's the fight?"
Yeah,
on its way. Such a good
JD, what were your thoughts?
I mean, I don't have as much to add.
Same shouldn't be.
What have my thoughts been on anything that we've talked about? It's good. I like it. I don't have a in-depth soliloquy speech, but it's good. It's an enjoyable show.
Me neither.
I think people should watch it. If you like cat movies, you should watch it.
Okay, JD, here's a take. What do you think of his suit?
The cap suit, very good. It's excellent. Cool. It's about as accurate as you can get.
I think it's one of the best MCUs.
Is there anything different than the comics? Like,
I think the only thing different is that we don't have the circle. Yeah, like the circle-y kind of part, and that's it. But
I love adaptations that are ripped right from the comics.
I was just so excited when he crashed through that window. I was like, I was
watching it up and looked to the side.
I was just like, here he comes. And then I think my first words were, oh my God, it's exactly the same. I was like, genuinely, they didn't change. I mean, it was a little bit more white and didn't have the circle, but it's like
I know there's like an odd belief that I see on Instagram a lot that like, oh, if you ripped that right from the comics, then we wouldn't even be surprised. But when it comes to
I was so excited.
When it comes to the suits, I think you should try to rip it right from the comics if you can.
Why wouldn't you be surprised? Like, you see their costumes on the posters. It's like no one went into Iron Man 1, saw his armor in promo
Tony shots. Made it out of the cave.
Yeah, and then he put it on, and you're like, whoa! I wasn't expecting the armor to be gold and red, even though that's on every fucking poster. What do you mean?
I only read Tales of Suspense number 39. I thought it was going to be silver.
Like, I think people would be disappointed if he was just in like a Chris Evans suit.
Oh God, yeah, because it wouldn't be him. It wouldn't like feel like his own.
A lot of people are complaining too much white, and it looks like a comic book suit though, and this is a comic book adaptation, like adaptation. But I was holding this shield when watching, and
that's awesome.
It's because I was so excited.
Wearing my cap shirt. You can see I was wearing my Captain America episode. Shirt. I was wearing the shirt.
Yeah, I remember that it was coming on, and I'm like, oh man, it starts in 10 minutes. And I was in this chair. I was editing last week's podcast. I pulled out and looked up. I'm like, yeah, I'm taking this.
Yeah, I'm taking this. Yeah, it feels like an important moment. Yeah, I get that.
And as they show like 2 shots of him flying just from a distance, I'm like,
I was so excited. I was like, here he comes.
Yeah. It's just a hype.
I gotta say, I'm happy that they didn't push the John Walker stuff further. I'm glad he got like his moment of good.
Okay. That's
like he's not redeemed, but like here's the thing. I think people misconstrue certain things. John Walker is an excellent character.
Oh yeah,
played
100%.
excellently by Wyatt Russell,
100%.
who I have a love for because I adore Kurt Russell. People weren't saying that John Walker was a bad character. People were saying he shouldn't be Captain America because he shouldn't be. Like he absolutely shouldn't be Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
No one was saying that was he's a bad character because of it. It was just like. You see this dude who was built to be a machine. He was a machine of war. He's a war machine. He was built to kill people. He was built to be a soldier.
You think Don Cheadle's gonna be recast
as John Walker? What if next time we see U.S. Agent, it's Don Cheadle? Which is like, what the fuck
time,
is
baby?
Well, next time.
That was John Walker's last lines.
God, I just love the idea of John Cheadle, Don Cheadle, replacing like every character. That's awesome. Anyway, yeah, the fact that he's a good character. He's just wasn't built to be Captain America. Like he says, he's like, you made me this way, and I did exactly what you wanted me to do.
I understand that.
Yeah, I understand that.
That was like, such a good scene.
It was. But that's the thing. It's like that again highlights why he shouldn't be Captain America. It's not that he's a bad character. I think people who are getting up in arms like, oh, Sam shouldn't be Captain America. Why do you hate John Walker? I don't hate John Walker. He shouldn't be that role. And that's the point of the show. The point of the show is to be like, this guy is not what Captain America should be. But this guy is. And that's why Sam accepts it. Because he sees this dude and he's just like, he's making a mockery of this entire shield.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, that's not what Captain America is. So I was glad to see John have his moment of like trying to lift the truck up and dropping his makeshift shield and not trying to kill the flag smashers anymore, because he's like, at the end of the day, when it came down to it, he actually did make the right decision. And I think that makes him far more interesting character, because now if he shows up in something again, they can set him on a redemption arc. They're practically Kylo Renning him. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow, they are. That's a good comparison.
That's exactly what they're doing.
The problem I had was it felt like after he saved those people, he was just forgiven for everything.
Oh, yeah, he was very buddy-buddy. Yeah, like they didn't...
Like he's quipping with Bucky and he's just like,
well, you know what I think it is? It's because he didn't end up doing... I guess he didn't do anything after that. Because like once he got, other than honorably discharged... they told him to give the shield back, but he didn't have the shield. He still had the costume, but they didn't tell him to give it back. So I guess he didn't do anything in their eyes, like in the government's eyes, to be arrested for anything.
Yeah, that's true. Like I'm fine that he's there. It's just the fact that he's standing next to Bucky, like putting his hand.
Yeah, him and Bucky are very friendly. Yeah,
it's just like. What is it?
But Bucky also knows what it's like to
wasn't it like
people.
Less than 2 days ago when you were screaming and like breaking each other's arms?
Yeah. But I think that maybe that's part of it too, is that they're like I think John gets it, because when he's watching Sam's speech, he's just like, I think that's why they didn't fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think John is absolutely like, fuck.
I didn't want them to fight. I didn't want them to fight. I think that's fine. I just don't like the idea of him being like, hey, he's a good guy now. Look at him. He's quipping with Bucky. Yeah. He's walking around with Bucky.
I like that he's playing this middle ground where he's like, you know what, they were right about Sam, and then he, fucks off and does his own thing. And I think it's cool that I think it would have been a lot of wasted time if Bucky and Sam and John had another fight, because we got that fight already. I like the idea that John shows up and Bucky's just like, all right, well, like, you're here to help, fucking do it then. You know what I mean? He's not going to fight the guy again. He doesn't have any stake in like beating this dude up. Like John Walker, I guess, technically isn't a bad man when you think about it. He made a horrible mistake, but again, he's a soldier. He was built that way. So I think that's very interesting. I'm curious to see what that dude shows up in again.
One thing that I didn't really like that much is
we're about to agree so hard.
I get exactly it. What you're gonna say. I didn't care about Carly.
Yeah, absolutely. No.
Yeah.
And Tyler disagrees with me on this. The principle of Carly, the idea of Carly, I get where they're going. Execution is just ridiculous. I think it's like,
didn't find anything that I liked about her. Like, I'm like, and okay, I get like
care, and the fight makes sense. And I like when Sam says, I get your fight. I just can't get behind how you're fighting it. And then in the last episode, for him to be like, let's stop putting labels on these people. And like, I get that idea, and I agree with the idea. Stop putting labels on people just because they might have a different ideology. Mm. But Loki, why do you show up at the worst times? This cat is fucking annoying me so bad this episode. Anyway, I'm sure I'll look back on this episode when he's dead, and I'll be very happy that he was meowing.
Oh my god!
Jesus! I'm not saying I'm gonna kill him. I'm just saying, you know, I'll probably outlive the guy.
Oh my! How old is Loki?
I think he's only like 8. I'm pretty sure 8 or 9. I got a cat out. I have a cat that's 16 or so in another room, and they are genuinely still like a kitten. Like they're fit as a fiddle. It's bizarre. They might actually outlive me. Anyway, the Carly stuff is like when Sam comes down, he's like, let's stop putting, you know, labels, because like, you know, she was just like fighting for this thing. But it's like, I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, she did still murder innocent people for her cause.
She blew up a building.
If you really think that Carly is better than John Walker because she has a better point, I don't know if that's true. Because
when you think that John was a soldier, so yes, he's killed people in the line of duty.
He was a soldier who,
with killed one person.
Drug messing with his mind, with severe PTSD, seeing his best friend be murdered in front of him, lost it and acted like a soldier seeking revenge. Right? I get it. Doesn't make him a good person per se. Excellent character. Carly just murdered innocent people because of her point.
So
and then she went, bloody hell, it's a bygone era. Bloody, crikey, what's going on here?
Going into the finale, I saw a lot of people defending Carly, being like, she's a good character. I understand what she's going for. So when I watched the finale, I went with an open mind. I'm like, okay, I'm going to look at Carly's point of view. When the first line she says is, so then we kill the hostages. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, let's kill all the hostages. Yeah. And the rest of her group looks at her like, what the fuck are you doing? At that point, I was like,
One world?
Yeah, this girl has to die. I was like, she gotta go. And I was thrilled when
she shot, and then Sharon's on the ground bleeding out, and Sam goes to her.
It's so random that she's like willing to kill Sam in that moment. Like she is not regretting anything. As soon as she gets shot, she's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, are you? You didn't seem sorry when you were murdering innocent people for your cause, man. Like
even then, like, okay, she's murdering innocent people. I didn't think she was a good villain at all. Like I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Like Loki kills innocent people, but I like Loki. Yeah. Thanos killed.
Yeah, well, that's another thing.
Like
well, I think it's also because when Loki kills people, it's in the Avengers and it's like fun and goofy and dumb. He's like, oh, I'm killing people. In this, it's far more serious. You know what I mean? They're like, okay, the repatriation act.
Okay, when like Killmonger kills innocent people, or Claw in Black Panther, I still like their character. I didn't care for Carly at all. I don't know.
I think this show, because it's far more grounded, like I think of it more seriously. Like when Carly killed people in that building, I was like, holy shit, she just committed like an actual act of terror. But then when I see Ironmonger in a big suit throwing a bus or whatever the fuck, I'm like, Robot Man. So like it's not the same kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess, because there's like, okay, that's gonna have impact. Well,
yeah,
like it's kind of goofy.
Whereas like a big purple grape throwing Spider-Man at a building, I'm like, oh well.
But even okay, I don't know. I was going to compare Wanda and Civil War at the beginning when she blows up half the building there.
See, I get that. Like I feel that more because that's
a serious moment,
and that's the point. Is that you're like, oh shit, oh no, like.
But in this case, it was more of an accident. Well, Carly was like, yeah, I killed those people and I'll kill them again.
Yeah, I'll kill them again. You know, the weirdest part about that is that is her mindset, right? She's like, I've killed for this and I will kill again. And then Sam goes, oh, so you would kill. And she's like, no, you tricked me into saying that. And then in the last episode, that's exactly what she's planning to, like, she didn't get tricked into saying it. That's just who she is. Like, she's
doesn't want to admit it. She doesn't want to admit it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She didn't get tricked into anything. I
love the show, but I do think WandaVision's a little bit better because I think WandaVision.
No, because you're missing one thing. You're missing one thing.
What?
Zemo. MVP of the entire show.
Zemo
was fucking, and he won in the end. They send out that dude, and he's like, "One world, one people."
It was his butler.
Yeah, and then the butler blows up the whole thing. I was like, "Yes!" And Zemo's just in the raft listening, and he's just like, "Hell yeah!" I was so happy.
Oh god, I did want the Thunderbolts.
We thought after we stopped recording last week, remember you were just like, all right, final predictions. And I went, General Ross is going to show, or Secretary of State Ross is going to show up at the raft. And you were like, yep, 100%, I agree. Didn't get that.
Instead, that end credit scene sucked.
Oh my God, the Sharon Carter. Like, the Sharon Carter stuff makes sense. I get, like, I think we all kind of were like, yeah, that's probably, I think I even said in the episode, it's probably just going to be Sharon Carter.
Because like, whoever bought that Thunderbolts issue for $1,000 must have like egg on their face right now. Like,
yeah, probably. Maybe it'll eventually pay off. Like
Mephisto. Probably the same person that bought Mephisto. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Sharon Carter after credit scene is just like, we've given you a full pardon. And then she walks out and she's on the phone and she's like, yeah, my boy's got the foot in the door, or whatever the fuck she says. And then like, we don't even see. No, it was just
like full access to everything. We're in.
Yeah, we got full access to it. And
like, boy's got the foot in the door.
My boy's got the foot in. Got the foot in his door. That's what I said. But we don't see who she's talking to, so I didn't care. I literally said to my partner when we finished, I just went, well, we didn't even see who it was. Why would I care? Like, I don't care about nothing. Like, imagine the post-credit scene for the first Avengers, right? The 6 fingers on each hand guy comes up and he's like, to challenge them would be to court death. And then it just ends. Like, you don't see Thanos' hand, you don't see him turn around and do his smile. Like, it's just that.
That's a good point. Like, that's really okay. Yeah, we see the other phone call and it's Thanos.
With like the after credit scene of Age of Ultron, right? He walks out, he puts on the glove, he's like, fine, I'll do it myself. It's just that, but the door's open, that's it. No one's there. You're like, okay, well, fair enough.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm trying to think.
So it's just, it was such a weird. Like, at least WandaVision, the lady turned into a Skrull, right?
Yeah.
Imagine, okay, she walks into that room, the lady's there, and she just goes, "He wants you," and then it cuts. You'd be like, "Who wants who? Who are you talking about?" Okay,
that's basically what happened here.
That's exactly what it was. I was like, okay.
It's like
not even a glimpse or a hint.
Yeah, Infinity War, like Nick Fury disappears, drops the thing, and then it just cuts. You don't know what he's holding.
Yeah, we don't
call Captain Marvel. Something was in his hands, and it like drops, so we have to wait for it to
we don't
to like pause to see what piece of metal he's holding.
Oh, that's awesome. The end credits of Iron Man 1, but he walks out and he's like, hello, and then it just cuts. Nick Fury's not there. Just an empty fucking house.
The Incredible Hulk is General Ross at a bar and the doors open and it's cut.
No one walks in.
You see like a brief silhouette of Robert Downey Jr.
But it's not even him, it's just a dude. I'm a big fan of this idea currently. MCU after credit scenes, but the big thing doesn't happen in them. I find that fucking funny.
Age of Ultron, it's the Hydra agents like looking at something. You don't see the cells with the twins in it. You're just looking at something.
They just look at the staff and they're like, yeah, anyway. And the hard cuts, all right. That's it then.
Every after credits. Ant-Man the
Wasp. Imagine the point of Iron Man 3. Like you see Bruce Banner at the end. The whole point is that he's been telling the story to Bruce Banner the entire movie. Yeah. What is that scene if it's just, thank you so much for listening, and then you don't see Bruce Banner? It's like, who the fuck are you talking? Us? Are you talking to us, man? Okay, thanks, Robert.
The Ant-Man snap, but it's just them at the van, and then it's just like, oh wow, they're having a great adventure. Cuts.
That's excellent. Yeah, man, I'm so glad we brought the van along. That's it.
Thor Ragnarok is just like him and Loki talking, and they both look up.
Yeah, that's it. There's nothing.
Why'd they look up?
Boy, I just can't wait to be king of the new Asgard, and then just all right, that's it.
I will.
Fucking
okay,
that's funny.
I will say for the end credit scene of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I can see Sharon appearing in Captain America 4, Armor Wars, maybe.
I hope not.
Or she's a Skrull, and we just didn't see that part. because the camera
Spider-Man Far From Home, but instead of revealing his identity, he's just swinging around with MJ and it cuts.
Yes,
the billboard goes off.
It's just a Nick Fury and Hill in a car, and it just cuts before they turn the scroll.
How much would it suck if they were just like, this report from the Daily Bugle with and then it just cuts off and we don't see J.K. Simmons. You're just like, what the fuck?
Well, like, that's just confirming that J. Jonah Jameson is in the MCU, but has been cast.
They don't even get through the full name. It's just from the Daily Bugle with and cuts off. Oh, fucking hell. I love that idea so much. That's awesome. Anyway. Yeah, I hope the Sharon Carter stuff isn't picked up in Armor Wars. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
There were reports of Armor Wars, apparently. I mean, we hope and pray because they need to bring Justin Hammer back and that he would be the main villain. Yeah. So hopefully.
Maybe.
So we can.
I'm still thinking of this. Iron Man 2, it's just Phil Coulson and Desert be like, we found it. And it turns around and cuts before you see the hammer. They don't show the hammer.
We found fucking what? Like, we would have absolutely no concept of what he could have found if they didn't show it.
The MCU wasn't really established.
Hey, we found it. That's it.
So I'm trying to think of like every end credits right now.
Well, I was trying to think of one for Captain America because he wakes up in that room. But what if he woke up in that room and it was actually still the 40s? You'd just be like, oh, okay, fair enough. Oh no, it's completely different. You know how he's like, I know because I was at that game. You know that, like, like they play the baseball game. He's just like, I know because I love that game, and then it just cuts.
Oh fuck me! The movies to like remind me of end credits. Why is this so entertaining?
Oh well. Thank you for the timestamps, Sean. I don't know what the fuck you're gonna name this segment, but I'm looking forward to it.
The guys and their shenanigans.
Oh, that's so good.
The end. Oh no, that's not an end credit scene. I was gonna say the end of Civil War with like Team Cap in the cells, but it's just them in the cells.
That's just them in the cells.
You don't see Steve Rogers walk in.
Steve doesn't show up. So if you need me, I don't know if I'll be there. They're just like,
I got a delivery for Tony Stank. Cuts to black.
Oh no! It's literally the and to be continued. Fucking me.
Doctor Strange. He's like in the library talking to someone, but you don't cut to Thor. It's just him talking at the library.
Yeah. Oh my god, that would suck so bad.
It's like, so why are you here? Cut.
Spider-Man Homecoming, but Captain America doesn't sit in the chair. It's just the chair.
So you're probably wondering, cut to black.
It's just
no, you don't even see Cap. You don't even see Cap. It's just the chair.
Yeah, we couldn't afford Chris Evans. Oh wow! All right,
that's good. That's good.
We did it.
That's gotta be.
I give Falcon and the Winter Soldier an 8 out of 10.
I would say like a 9 for sure.
I
know Tyler would be here. He'd give it a 10. So Tyler, I got you, man.
Yeah, I know. I loved it. I do prefer WandaVision. I felt like WandaVision's only big flaw was the finale fight between Wanda and Agatha. I thought Visions were good.
Ralph Boner.
Okay, yeah, Boner.
That was pretty bad too. But I
what
think
was the Ralph Boner of this show? What was the Ralph Boner?
It was so fun. WandaVision, like theorizing every single week, even though everyone was wrong. Yeah. It was a blast, just theorizing all the time. So, what was
the Ralph Boner moment of Falcon the Winter Soldier?
Well, someone said something online. And I can't even remember.
There's got to be a Ralph Bonery moment. It probably the Sharon Carter stuff.
Oh yeah,
that was very bonery, like power broker just being Sharon.
God, I hope this.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, fair enough.
I think I said this to you guys before, but when everyone was theorizing who the power broker is going to be, there's too many big theories on the internet. But when they first showed the super soldier in the parking garage that Sharon brutally murders, you just see his back, and it's a bald guy. I thought it was Kingpin.
Oh my god. Why would he just be in a parking lot?
I don't know. It was in New York, so I was like,
"Here he comes." I was in the parking lot as a boy.
I was like, "Here comes the classical music." He comes.
Yeah, right. He's just staring at that white fucking wall.
You get the Ding Dong Award today.
out of prison.
He loves doing the ding dong.
I beat you. Anyways, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
If you're listening on iTunes, we appreciate a 5-star review. If you're listening anywhere else, we appreciate a comment,
JD's still
subscribe, like. Fuck you, Harper. Harper, you're not allowed on the show next week. Goodbye.
I'm not. I'll be playing mini golf.
Yeah.
That's your
for you, isn't it just?
I'm going.
Wait. For you, isn't it just regular golf? Because you're like really short, bitch.
That's an old joke. I heard that in forever.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's good. All right. I got nothing. That's just a good one.
For the record, Harper's at least like 5'7", I think. 5'8".
I'm 5'9", you fucking prick.
But we didn't know that when we first met you.
I did first say that I was 5'6" because I didn't understand how measurements worked.
We're like, he's a hobbit.
I still have that photo where it's Hunter as Gandalf and then JD, Tyler, and I as all the hobbits.
That's actually kind of how it would be. Like, he is like gigantically tall.
Remember when we tried to compare our heights by taking a picture next to a tree?
Oh God,
that was so
stupid.
I liked that. I liked that. A few people did it.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
we had.
Why didn't you like it?
It was stupid.
We just like
JD,
stood
you just don't have
next
any
to
legs.
I have never seen JD with legs. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't think JD has legs.
JD, do you have legs?
I'm like that one arc of the Flash where the trickster takes the Flash's legs and he just has like the nubs.
For like one issue, yeah.
Huh.
JD, show us your legs.
I don't feel comfortable showing you my legs.
Can I see your knee?
That's Patreon. That's Patreon exclusive, buddy.
Okay, how about a calf?
Oh, we should start a Patreon. I doubt anyone would.
We get like 2 people.
What would be our exclusive?
Timmy's talk.
Why does that need to be exclusive? Like, I feel like that needs to be public.
It's exclusively stupid.
Like, I'm trying to think of like what an exclusive show would be on our Patreon. Can't really think of anything.
I would do anything for money.
Well, we've been doing D&D for like 3 weeks now. We've been doing D&D. Everyone's been asking for it. We've actually been doing it.
Yeah, the whole time. Yeah.
Oh God,
I'm a mage or whatever.
I want to do it so bad. I can see JD doing that actually, because he's the kind one.
What? Hey, what? Why am
I could see JD being the healer of the party.
Why am I not the kind one?
Do you want to be the healer?
You think I'm nice?
That sounds boring. Yeah,
okay, the healer is someone that's basically saves everyone. And if you don't save,
I don't want to help people.
Okay, so yeah, I feel like JD, you
says the teacher.
Says the teacher. Yeah. Oops.
I don't want to help anyone.
I don't want to help anyone.
Okay, never mind. You guys can both be healers, and Heather will be the only one dealing damage. Hero Story D&D is coming sometime.
Fall 2021.
No. It'll be sooner than that. I'm hoping.
I'm ready to record it. Let's do it.
Actually,
Hero Story's first D&D.
First family. Maybe we'll have session 0 probably really soon. But that's like just the setup. But then session 1, Tyler said the summer works best for him. So hopefully by summer he means like in a few days.
Well, summer probably does mean soon for him because the college semester ends in May. So
yeah, so that's when hopefully we could do it like several episodes if people enjoy it. I actually get messages on this like every week being like, hey, you guys doing it yet? I'm like,
really?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
I can't believe anyone cares.
Me too, honestly. I'm actually shocked. There's a lot of people.
Doesn't someone in your chat love D&D, Harper?
Me.
No, someone else. I thought someone mentioned it.
Do they really? I don't pay that much attention.
I can't remember now. I thought someone had mentioned it.
It's probably me. Davian.
Oh,
that's
he's not even a real person. He's not even real.
Yeah, he's just like if you made like a shittier version of Harper's account.
Oh my God!
I hate that you guys have the same profile picture now.
It's so confusing.
I gotta be honest. That was my idea. I was like, Dave,
I mean, it's brilliant, but I hate it because every time I go in the chat, I'm like, I don't know who this is.
Oh, dude, because he started liking messages with the heart that I use, like the yellow, like gold heart, and so every time he does it, I'm like, did I like that? Why did I like my own mess? Oh, it's fucking God.
That's actually really...
Anyway, I'll send some voice messages for the thing next week.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
We'll see whatever they are. I don't
know what comments are next week, but yeah, maybe we'll have 3 people, or maybe it'll just be JD and
I. That was a good episode where you guys are talking about Future State. And I just sent in voice message about Future State. It was me just being like, I'm fucking over Future State.
Honestly, KD, I'm jealous of you. You can probably save so much money. Future State wasn't that good.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, it's almost like I said
like
this when it was announced. It's almost like I said this is a terrible idea that you should save your money on.
It was a really bad idea. I think Justice League was good. And
to be fair, I spent that money on keys since then, but not like I saved money.
I was listening back on an episode where you were like, I just did it, boys. I just spent $650 on Flash 110. I was like,
next to me. It still hurts a little bit, but it's next to me.
Nice to have at least. Yeah, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for being a hero. I'm JD.
I'm Hunter.
I'm Oh, and every second is it?
No, it's my line.
Come on. Sorry, JD.
Okay.
You can do it.
You start. You say thanks for being a hero.
Oh, and Harper, do you want your own line? Do you want your own line?
I don't have. What is my line? What should be my line?
You gotta make one up right now.
You need to sign off. You also need to sign on. You don't have any.
No, I like that my sign on.
I kind of like his sign ons too, but you need a sign.
I like the fact that I never mentioned that I'm Comic Rebirth.
Give us like an Iron Man quote.
Man, I really need some alcohol.
All right. I want two things. First, I want an American cheeseburger, and then I want you to call a press conference. And I'm Harper.
Cheeseburgers.
And your dad liked cheeseburgers.
Wait, no. I've got a good one. I'm Harper, and dads leave all the time. No need to be a pussy about it.
And thanks for being a hero.
And remember, every second is a gift. Goodbye.
What?